many people out there who don't know about Christ. And so pretty much he said, I'm going to go hard, I'm going to live for God no matter what it takes. I'm going to be determined to do what it takes to live for him. And so I believe this is a perfect song to remind you of determination. It reminds me of determination. And I think everyone in here has some type of form of determination, whether you think so or not. It just depends on what type of goals you have set for yourself and what things you're willing to do to achieve your goals. For example, how many of you have friends in here? I'm pretty sure everybody has at least one friend. Okay. I know for me, being a teenager, the most important thing for me was friends. How many friends I could have. Whether they were good or bad friends, it was about how many friends I could have. And being in high school, I wanted to be in the popular crowd. And a lot of people want to be in the popular crowd, and guess what? They do whatever it takes to get those people to notice them. They are determined to do what it takes to get people to notice them. And sometimes our determination to have friends can send us down the wrong path. And as teenagers and even as adults, I know that you deal with peer pressure, because I know I deal with peer pressure even in my adult life. But that is a certain type of attitude of determination, because you're going to do whatever it takes to keep your friends, even if it leads you in the wrong direction. And I was like that. I was determined, and I was headed in the wrong direction when I was a teenager. I was determined to live my own life the way I wanted to, without any people telling me how I should live it, not by anybody's standards. I was disobedient to God. I was disobedient to my parents. And I was determined to live my life the way I wanted to. And I had determination, ladies. Okay? And so, there was nothing that was going to stop me from doing that. Nothing that was going to stop me from doing what I wanted to do. And so, I was full of disobedience. And guess what? Nothing did stop me. Satan didn't stop me because I was doing exactly what he wanted me to do. I was wasting my life, and I was headed in the wrong direction. I was not living for God. In the Bible it says, the thief comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And when he has you in his hands, he's not going to stop you from wasting your life and ruining your life. But when I turned my life over to God, and I decided that I wanted to be on a different path, my life, my goals, the things that I was focused on changed. And as Christians, our ultimate goal should be to see our Heavenly Father, to hear him say one day, well done, good and faithful servants. That should be our ultimate goal. Now, on our journey in life, we need to have determination in order to achieve that goal. We have to know that no matter what, we have to stay focused. Just as in the skit, how the guys were marching and the girls came back and distracted them. They were not focused. Okay? You have to not be distracted. You have to not be discouraged. Just like when they came by and they were laughing at them. And they sat down and everyone's like, we can't do this. They're laughing at us. And you have to face your problems in life knowing that God is with you. That God is on your side. Okay? And that is having determination. Philippians 4:13 through 14 says, forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead, I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me to heaven. Hebrews 12:1 and 2 says, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw aside everything that entangles us, the sin that entangles us, and let us run with perseverance. Let us run with all the strength that we have, the race that is marked out before us, the life that is marked out before us. And let us fix our eyes on Jesus, staying focused. And many times I know that you probably heard that your life is referred to as a race. And when we are living our lives, when we are running this race, let us not be distracted by looking to the right and looking to the left. Because, guys, what's happening when you're running and you're looking this way? You're going to run into something, right? So unless you're keeping your eyes fixed on your goal and not be distracted, you have to stay focused. And then, of course, when you are living for God, there are going to be people including Satan, who's not going to like the fact that, oh, she was running from me, but now she's running for the other team. What can I do to keep her from winning this race? And he's going to play tricks and games to keep you from accomplishing your goal. And he's going to send people your way to discourage you. And you have to know how to encourage yourself in the Lord. That when people are laughing at you, oh, he thinks he's so good, he thinks he's a Christian now, oh, well, I don't want to talk to him. You have to know to look the other way and be like, you know what, I know who I am in God. And I know what my goal is, and I'm going to stay focused no matter what somebody else says about me or who I am. And I'm going to encourage myself, and I'm going to boost myself with God confidence. And I'm going to tell myself that I have the victory, that I am more than a conqueror. No matter what anybody else says, I can do this. Okay? And of course, as you saw in the last part of the skit, this race isn't going to be easy because you're going to have obstacles. You're going to have things that come in your life. You're going to have problems that you're going to have to face in your life. And it's not going to be easy. But as God said, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And that is the way you have to take things in life. That no matter what's going on, if you are for God, who can be against you? And that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Like I said, it doesn't matter what anybody else says or what anybody else do. If God is on your side, He is your protection, and you find comfort and confidence in Him. But being determined requires that you know how to be ready when these things come up in your life. And you have to know how to fight in order to achieve your goals. You have to be in your word. You have to know what God says about you as opposed to what other people are saying about you, because you have to know what's true and what's not true. If you want to listen to the lies of the enemy, then go ahead. But unless you are in your word and know what God says about you, you're not going to have anything to fight back with. Okay? So my question to you today is, how determined are you when you are living a life? How determined are you to live a life that is pleasing to God? Are you willing to make the necessary sacrifices in your life to meet your ultimate goal, which is heaven? And what will you do to fight distractions, discouragement, and problems in your life? And as the Christ said, go hard for the Lord or go home. And that is what I'm telling you today. If you're not going to run this race, if you're not going to be determined, if you're not going to be determined not to be distracted, if you're not going to encourage yourself, then what's the point of living? What's the point of living if you're living for yourself? Go hard or go home. Oscar, can you play the song for me again, please?